Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my cousin Eddie. Eddie, he's losing his voice because he's been talking so much to his mama. When was the last time you were back home?
2 years ago.
Okay, so
And when I saw you at the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
that year.
So he's making 2 years worth of talking. But just got finished with our live stream, and it was great. It's maybe Jason Garrett's last stand. I don't know. We've got some news on the Cowboys. Amari Cooper says he wants to be here. He wants to be here. But I'm not sure that the Cowboys have been honest with us.
I think you're right.
I honestly, because a lot of people are like, oh, screw Amari Cooper. We don't want to bring him back. Let him walk. I think Amari Cooper has never been healthy the whole season.
Agreed.
Now the question is this chronic where this is going to be the rest of his career where he is not going to be healthy? That's the bigger question. But I think about the plantar fasciitis. I think about the ankle. I think about the knee. I think about the hip. I mean, he's literally had like 6 or 7 different injuries. And it may be, here's the thing I learned. When I messed up my knee, it ended up basically shifting everything in my body.
Right.
So then your back starts aching. So whenever my knee starts acting up, then I'm kind of leaning away from it. Then it just messes up with your alignment. I think Carson Wentz, as much as here, I'm gonna give you, damn you, Philly, screw you. Okay, I'm gonna give your quarterback some bit of a break because when he came back from the knee injury, I can guarantee you that he played differently and it shifted the problems and exacerbated his problems with his back because that's what happens. You compensate for one thing, and with him having problems with his foot, he could not practice all training camp. It ended up being that last week. He's been dealing with this injury, which has probably screwed up everything else, and he's been favoring it.
His mechanics messed up.
And so I believe that I've been on the fence about Amari Cooper about, okay, do we pay him a big chunk of money, or do we let him walk and say maybe Michael Gallup can be our number one? But I think Michael Gallup is benefiting because of him.
Michael Gallup's a solid number 2.
And I got to be honest, I still really like Randall Cobb.
Yeah, too.
I mean, Cobb,
gotta
look, he
bring
had
back.
4 TDs that were called back
It's a
because
guy
of
we gotta
penalties.
bring back.
So-
Game-changing TVs, too.
Yeah. So, and everybody's like, well, you can't pay. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, salary cap's going up by another $10 million. You've got some players that you're going to wonder. I think we missed him, but I think it's maybe time for Tyrone Crawford. Tyrone Crawford is $10 million.
You mean Tyrone Smith? Oh, Tyrone Crawford.
Tyrone Crawford on the
Yeah.
defensive line.
Yeah.
That's $10 million.
We didn't get much out of him this year.
Well, he was injured.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he just had hip surgery on both hips. And you look at it and say, $10 million for him. It was $10.5 million for Robert Quinn. Now, Robert Quinn's going to demand a whole bunch more money, but you've already got a lot tied up with DeMarcus Lawrence. There's so many
Did we bring
decisions.
Robert back, though?
Well, and see, here's actually the good
They played
thing.
him too much.
That's it. I'm going to tell you. When you look at Seattle ended up saying, Frank Clark, no, we're not going to pay you $100 million. We'll let you go bye-bye. You looked at Trey Flowers, New England. They let him go, right? You actually can look at Khalil Mack right now. Khalil Mack did not have that great of a season. So you look at all these mega contracts on these defensive ends, they're not performing that well. Now, although Trey Flowers didn't do that bad for a while. But you're not looking at, did I get $20 million worth of value out of him? Where the Cowboys actually benefited this year was Michael Bennett, Robert Quinn, Randall Cobb. Guys that were on a 1-year contract that are playing for another contract.
Right.
Now, here's the good thing. If they end up walking, you're going to get compensatory picks back.
Right.
So at least you're going to get something for him. Like when we had DeMarcus Ware and we just cut him, we got nothing for him in return. So, you got to look at that and say, well, we might lose Robert Quinn, but maybe we get a 4th or 3rd round draft pick. You might end up losing Randall Cobb. Maybe you get a 5th round pick for him. Because it goes by who you lose versus who you sign.
Right.
And the Cowboys never pay anybody a whole lot of money. And I'm going to tell you, see, this is one of those things that make all the difference in the world. New England, last year, being Super Bowl champions, they had 12 picks in the draft. They're set to get another 4 this year as compensatory picks. So when you can draft, you don't have to draft perfectly, but when you're getting 12 draft picks,
Right. You got
I can
people
package up now some of these later round picks and get like a 2nd or a 3rd round pick. You're getting more talent than anybody else, and that's the bottom line. The reason the Cowboys won all those Super Bowls, contrary to Jerry Jones, was the Herschel Walker trade.
Bingo.
You got all those extra draft picks, and you turned them into...
It's 50, like 52 picks. Like 50 picks out of there.
Yeah, right. I mean, because, but it was getting all that influx of talent. You look at the Cowboys in the past, they were going to small black schools. They were looking at players that weren't football players, because you got Bob Bolt Hayes, who was a track star. Those were innovations that made those teams. And you can go through. This is the thing that's crazy. Think about this. Tom Landry was the first one using the computer. Tom Landry getting these players. Tom Landry having the shotgun, the flex defense. These were new things that teams didn't. You look at Bill Walsh, West Coast offense. You look at Joe Gibbs, single back, wings, and the H-back, right?
Yeah, but told Joe.
Joe Washington? Joe Washington. But you looked at these teams that have become great. You now look at Baltimore right now. Baltimore, with Lamar Jackson, they changed the offense, okay? This is like Michael Vick on steroids. So you see innovation and changes in the game. Even with, you could go back to, Atlanta with, he always wore the black hat. Jerry Glanville.
Yeah.
When they had the run and shoot.
Yeah.
The run and shoot offense was good for a couple of years. You could look at Miami when they came out with the Wildcat. Mm-hmm. Things that ended up being that, we've got to figure out a way to stop this.
Right.
That gave you an advantage. We have not had that since Jimmy Johnson.
Right.
We're still doing what Jimmy Johnson did. This is where it goes back to coaching. And I don't care what you guys say. Stop blaming the coaches. Oh, my God.
We need a new coach.
A coach not only that has some brains, but has the leeway to also hold these guys accountable.
Bingo.
And that is what's missing. I'm hoping that Jerry Jones sees the light and that we make better decisions on the guy that's going to coach us, and that we allow them to actually coach, either sink or swim.
If we know what the offense is going to do,
you can definitely be sure that the other teams do. Yeah.
Too predictable.
So, thank you everybody for being there for the live stream. Thank you for the channel memberships, the super chats, and thank you for just being here, watching, commenting, and subscribing, because all of these things are helping us to grow the channel. And as bad as this season was, we're going to make 2020, at least covering the Cowboys, much, much better. We got a lot of stuff to talk about between the coaching that's going to change, the players, free agents that we're going to hold on to, free agents we may target, the draft. I mean, it's going to be a busy offseason, so strap in. It's going to be busy. Yeah, I'm hoping to be in Vegas for that, too. I'm Mark Holmes with my cousin Eddie, and it's time to turn out the lights. Let me go over here and turn out the lights here. It's always so much nicer doing these when I have somebody else here than doing it by myself. But this party's over. Maybe not. Gotcha.
Psych.
See ya.
That's good. Oh, that's so good.
Whew.
That's so good.
See you in the morning, guys.